This material is property of the Minnesota State High School League. No downloading, saving, or archiving of this production is permitted.
Tonight, the Andover Huskies will try to stack another section championship and make it 5 in a row. They take on a Duluth Marshall team in the midst of trying to stack some wins as they won in the quarterfinals and advance here now to play Andover. I'm Joe Rullick, along with Pete Anderson. And Pete, two teams, a lot of experience, but Marshall's got some things going in the right direction.
Yeah, they're playing really good hockey right now, and it all really ends and starts with them with the guy between the net, the guy between the pipes, and Keenan Smith. He's only a freshman, but he's a player to watch here tonight. He is one of the most athletic goaltenders in the entire state, and he is a guy that can absolutely steal a game for the Hilltoppers.
That's the case, and it's all about getting healthy. We saw that in Andover's last game of the regular season. They wanted to get players short up, and that's a significant thing for both teams.
Absolutely. There's been significant time missed by the Huskies, by multiple players, but they're really back to health. They're back into their true roster. They're the guys that they feel strongest about, their strongest skaters, forwards and defensemen. And having Landon Stringfellow back, having Brody Munley back, and Caden Martin, Keaton Coe, having those guys all back in the lineup are going to contribute huge to this Huskies team.
Well, it's going to bring some juice, some swag here on QCTV. The Andover Huskies in section play begin tonight to take on Duluth Marshall. Ready to drop the puck and coming your way on QCTV. From the Andover Community Center, Joe Rullick along with Pete Anderson as the Andover Huskies will try to make it 13 consecutive section wins in a row tonight as they take on the Hilltoppers of Marshall and Duluth. Pete, I'm expecting a great game, and section play, postseason, teams always kind of up the ante, and it always seems like the play comes between the pipes.
That's where it starts here for the Hilltoppers, and as he's getting announced right now, Keenan Smith is the guy that the Huskies have to beat here tonight. He's the number one guy on the scouting report that they're looking at, and he's between the pipes. And when you get into playoff hockey, that's the scary thing, being a high seed going into a game against a goaltender who, if he gets hot, it's going to be really, really difficult getting one past him. And it just takes one weird bounce, and your season's over.
The Hilltoppers come in with a record of 15-9-2, and they defeated Northridge 9-1 in order to make it here to this quarterfinal game tonight here for the Huskies. The Huskies, some good goaltending as well, getting healthy. But tonight it's going to be Cal Conway between the pipes for Andover.
Yeah, Cal's a strong goaltender. He's also a very, very good athlete in net there, and he's a Conway, right? He's got that pedigree in him. And then the other piece too that the coaching staff here I know loves is that how comfortable he is playing the puck, how comfortable he is coming out of the net and being that extra defenseman. And, talking to the coaching staff, Mark Manny and Coach Leopold, that's something that they really love. It helps them, get their passing ready, start stringing some of those stretch passes and getting their offense going right away.
16-8-1 for Andover, but also for years the success for Huskies. You see the power and the scoring punch, but that blue line is so important.
And especially this year, we've had some really, really strong defensemen here play at Andover through the years, but this year has been really the key for the Huskies.
The Huskies hosting the Marshall Hilltoppers, coming your way on QCTV.
We were at the first ever hockey game between Anoka and Ramsey. And it's our police associations. And this year, the proceeds are going to the Grubner family, and we hope to do it next year. Very proud of the Ramsey officers who won this year. but everybody had a great time, and we packed the stadium. So that's really what it was all about, bringing everybody out. I believe everybody had a great time. I know I did.
So my cousin, Nick Dahlberg, asked me to come out and play with him, and I had nothing going on this Friday night. I always like hanging out with him and his kids, so I thought it'd be fun to come out and play a little hockey with these guys.
Well, you can feel the postseason in the air tonight here from the Andover Community Center as Andover getting ready to drop the puck against the Hilltoppers. Andover, again, their last game of the regular season, a loss to Maple Grove, resting a lot of players and getting them ready here for this postseason so they can hit the switch and make their run as they've done the last 4 seasons. In fact, they're going for section championship number 5, and it begins in just moments. The Huskies, led by head coach Mark Manny, an adequate career so far with 255 wins and 136 losses, 17 ties. Meanwhile, it is Sean Bartlett who leads the Hilltoppers. He's in his 2nd year as a head coach for the Hilltoppers and also spent 7 years at St. Scholastica coaching. Here you get a look at some of the additional coaching staff there for the Hilltoppers, and certainly for the Huskies, they have some great coaches next to Mark Manny as well.
Yeah, you know, you build a coaching staff with guys obviously that you can trust, but you know, guys that you know, bring a little credibility, guys that you know, that are going to be able to you know, get the team, get the players at that position group to buy in right away. And what better way to do that with you know, Division I player, former Andover Husky Cal Dukowski? What better way to do that than with a, you know, 13-year veteran in the NHL, Jordan Leopold?
Absolutely. They'll drop the puck, moving left to right. The Andover Huskies in the white jerseys and the black trim. They control off the face-off, try to gain the line. Pardo here takes a swat at it just at the near point. Now sends it off a skate behind the net. Rooking it up is Lindgren. He'll try to work it up along the board. Hops the stick there, Stringfellow. Now the numbers in play here for the Hilltoppers. Turning, firing to that near corner. The successful, very powerful first line, all sophomores here for the Hilltoppers. They have come in combined, scoring 42 goals combined for this sophomore line for the Hilltoppers. They continue to run some pressure. To the corner now, Stringfellow, good to see him back out there. He'll send this length to the ice. We'll get the whistle for the icing. 16-14 to go. First period.
Yeah, first shift under the belt for both squads. Good pressure there by the Hilltoppers, and really it all kind of started with the puck bouncing over the stick of Landon Stringfellow at the point on the far side. And you know, that's something that, you know, Landon hasn't been on the ice for a game for a handful of weeks, so that, you know, those are little things that he'll come back to him. And you know, the Huskies are definitely hoping that happens sooner rather than later.
Gorowski has it moved off of his stick, back to the defense this time of Sukonis. Sukonis has it back. He'll chase it down, but he's being shadowed by Sauer to the corner. Sauer misses on a check. They battle to the corner and try to work it up to the half wall. It's picked up there, and Babinos takes a swat, but now it's cleared out to Munley. Munley back after some injuries, and good to see him back on the ice as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this pairing of Munley and Chase Nadeau has been very solid, you know, up until Brody's injury. And you know, having a 1-2-3 punch of D-line is something that's really, really important to this Huskies team.
Stepping in front, there's Martin. He gets it across the blue line, chases defensively. The Hilltoppers try to move it up the near board. Good job by Law to pinch in, but now it's pickpocketed off his stick and brought down by Garatti. Garatti there puts a shot and a save made by Conway early on. Just under 15 to play, this period number 1. as these two teams met last year. And the Huskies took home an 11-2 win in the section playoffs as well. Missing on the pass. Behind, they blow the whistle for the ice.
Real close there, getting that stretch pass, just trying to find the right angle, and it was there, it was in the right spot. It just happened to be Caden Martin was looking over the wrong shoulder, and didn't correct that one. But that's been one of the things that we've seen. When the Huskies are playing well, their passing is right, their angles are right, and when they're not, it's a little bit tougher. And we see here the conversation being, that wasn't an icing, that was an incorrect call. So correcting that one, good job here by the officials here tonight in this section playoff game.
Third line out here for the Hilltoppers, Drevnik, Musel, along with Sacco. They can put the puck in the net as well. Here's Pardo with a wrister. This one rings off the glass. Penalty coming up. Huskies here will, tough one here. Interference penalty.
Cogswell doesn't like that one, but he's in that crease area. He forced the goaltender and Smith to the ice, and I think he's going to the bench saying, hey, I was pushed into him. But you can see right there on that replay, I mean, a little bit of embellishment by Smith falling backwards when he got hit from behind. Doesn't really make a ton of sense, but he drew the call, and that's what goalies are trying to do these days.
On the penalty kill, Andover at 74%, 43 of 57. Meanwhile, on the power play for the Hilltoppers, as they chase back to retrieve the puck after cleared by Andover, they are at a 20% success clip on the power play for the Hilltoppers, and they'll start up from behind their own net. Touch pass there by Peterson. Moving in, trying to control. Good job of sending it and diffusing a chance to set up that power play by Pardo.
Yeah, Pardo's such a strong member. We've already talked about the blue line and how it's the strength of this Huskies team, but he's kind of the anchor there with that long reach, especially on the power play. Those poke checks, his ability to take care of those pucks and get rid of those chances is a big reason why the Huskies' power play percentage has climbed as of late.
Peter carried in, could not hold possession on the puck. Coming back from behind was Martin, scooped it up, take it back deep, and now here comes another run for Peterson. Peterson again, good pressure. This one's lofted into the stands by Mundley, but each time Peterson has tried to come in, he's been contested.
And that's again having that confidence in who's playing on the D line with you. You're not going to just give up time and space to try and get in the way of or block a shot. You have the ability. You have that range and that trust of your partner to go out, make a play, try and poke this one away, and see if we can start something the other way.
First power play unit is now on the bench for the Hilltoppers. They'll switch out, get some fresh skates out there. Meanwhile, a deflection ends up on the stick of Andover, and they'll promptly send this back length of the ice. That done courtesy of Keaton Cole. 40 seconds left on the power play for the Hilltoppers. And the Hilltoppers a 9-1 win over Northridge. Advance now, a chance down on the low side, a nice save. Nice cut, a good stick to the puck, almost converted, but Conway stretched out to make that save. One and done for the Hilltoppers, and then their goalie puts it into the netting, that being Keenan Smith.
Really, really good play here by Cal Conway, and recognizing, knowing that player was there on the backside in number 10 and Henry Drevnik, and sinking back instead of trying to come out, take the angle away. If he sinks back, he's got a lot more ability to react to that tip in, and he did exactly that right there.
Faceoff comes back to Law. He sends it to the opposite corner. Just 7 seconds left on a man advantage for the Hilltoppers. Comes loose, stepping up now, a chance, trying to do a little toe drag there. Sauer, but it's pickpocketed off of his stick. Back at full strength, Andover, successful penalty kill. They'll leave the line out there, at least for the Hilltoppers, as Marsalek, the defender, pushes up beyond the blue line. Now sets up near side. Huskies get the crew around the puck and try to move it up near board. Disrupted at center ice is Sullivan, and sent right back in again by the Hilltoppers. Giving chase, puck on the side, trying to curl it, settle it, and now it's to the far corner. Moving it up there was Law, off the skate, deflected. circling at center ice. Here comes that number 1 line again, and Sissons with a razor, and that time just over the top of the net to the corner. Now trying to settle that puck, and that's Pearson rather. And this, that number 1 line, all sophomores, and they've combined for 42 goals this season. In the corner, continuing to forecheck and put some pressure on Andover. Finally settled. Sullivan across the way on the backhand to Gorowski. Gorowski's got some juice. Here he comes moving in. Gorowski now circles behind. Tries a quick stuff wraparound. Almost stuck it in the sock drawer that time on the wraparound. Good burst of speed by Gorowski. Then he puts a backhand. Good shift here for Gorowski. Cutting inside. Perry denied. They are buzzing an hour right now. Coming by that tower and continuing to buzz. The Huskies. Dahl comes in. They tries to get things paired away, but carried out, not for long, just across the blue line, the Hilltoppers, and back on the stick of Dahl. He'll carry in, pass across to Perry, cannot connect. Now set it up, neutral ice, carrying out is Peterson. Peterson rips one here just wide of the mark. Hard rebound comes off and back on the stick here defensively for Sakonis. Sakonis sends it to the far corner. They're going to try to make some changes. That is the Hilltoppers, and Andover gets it through neutral ice, settling it, and now Code comes after it. Trying to kind of pester and get at that puck. Cogswell around. Westman in the corner. Back again to Coe. A no look goes off of Westman there. Unable to hold the zone as Pardo, as that puck hopped his stick back to Mundley, and they'll reset. 10 minutes to go here in this opening period. No score. A deflection and hard off the stick of Coe. Westman gets there first to the corner, trying to redirect, and of course the defense there of Duluth Marshall trying to disrupt and move it up the far board, but some tenacious play here by Andover. A backhand makes it all the way through by Martin. Didn't think that was going to make it all the way through, but it was about the location, and it did.
That's 2 consecutive shifts, the top line and then this second line, that really put a little bit of pressure here on Keenan Smith in the net. And the Hilltoppers defense, they didn't really have an answer. When the Huskies get moving and they start getting a little creative, I mean, some of those passes, some of those looks that they're trying to make happen are atypical looks, and those are going to be the things that beat really solid goaltenders.
Smith comes in with a goals against of 1.95 and a record for the Hilltoppers of 10-7-1 this season. He was between the pipes in their win versus Northridge just last week. Just across, dishing it beyond the blue line and firing it right back in again is Musil. Musil counts, absorbs a big check there by Sauer. Loses possession of the puck, and now Andover will start it up from behind their own net. Mudley at the blue line, held up there, sent right back in, forcing Conway to guide it to the corner. Collision in the corner, both players go down. Last to get up now has been Sissons. Far side, charging in from the defense, Sukahonis. Now back to Peterson. Peterson then off the board, goes right to the stick, and a good play there by Andover on the breakout. Here comes Cogswell. Cogswell, 15 goals, 19 assists. Law gets there. Law fires one to the far post, just misses. Charging in, and a chance there, Belisle. Between the face-off circles, finally moved up near the blue line, but not out, as Belisle puts a backhand back behind the net. There defensively is Marzalak. Marzalak here kicks it down, misses the outlet pass. Law will get there first for Andover. Now chomping in, going to the far corner, and Andover carries out. Belisle will do the honors. Still holds that puck, puts a backhand, then absorbs a check just in front of the penalty box. Far near point. Law whiffs on this. They could have the numbers if they get it teed up and timed up just right. Unable to do so, but they kick it back behind the Andover net. Pardo tries to clear at the blue line. Still holding, and now Dahl will carry out. Ben Dahl carries up. Shot just above the dot at the face-off circle, having to make a pad save on Arister. We saw that from Smith. Huskies putting some good pressure together, but now taken off the stick there, and Sukanis tries to move it up. Back again behind. Huskies trying to pressure. Pardo cannot hold it at the near point. Now sends it across. There to Stringfellow. Stringfellow now a centering shot there up in the slot. Opportunity go with a good look and a good pass, but couldn't handle it for the Huskies. Just below 7 minutes, a fast-moving first period. Now from out the corner, Coe puts a shot on, forced to make a save. Is Smith, and the pad save. Now a backhander floating, loose change in front, on the side. Huskies try to get another stick and a follow-up shot. They cannot. Quickly trying to come out of the goal and catch Marshall on a change before they can completely change their whole unit. There was a chance there, but the Huskies could not exchange that in for a goal or a good scoring opportunities. Quickly back, Huskies ignite out of their own end. Here comes that speed of Stringfellow. Stringfellow soars in, and a glove save secured and made there by Keaton Smith.
Wow, you know, that was some energy that we haven't seen out of this Huskies team. Probably, 3-4 weeks. Sustained pressure inside the offensive zone. And, you can highlight a handful of players, but Caden Martin really strong in the perimeter here thus far in a handful of shifts. Keaton Coe really has that jump back, something that we haven't seen in a minute.
Off the face-off, shot from the top of the face-off circle, just off the mark there, but a good setup. Cogswell with that look. Trying to hold the zone, now trying to hold the zone, unable to do so. Penalty coming up on Andover. This will be a trip.
Yeah, Chase Nadeau, just got caught with the stick in the wrong spot after that one jumped over his stick at the blue line, which is already starting to be a theme here tonight against the Huskies defenders. But he'll take the second penalty of the night for the Huskies, and the Huskies will look to kill a second one. You see right here, he just jumps that one, and then his stick just in an unfortunate position, not an intentional trip by any means, but it is what it is, and the Huskies will be a man short here for the next 2 minutes.
3 of the players for the Hilltoppers tied with 3 power play goals on the season, and that's all that first line. That's Aduno. Aduno, by the way, leads the team with 18 goals. Peterson has 16, but he and then Sissons also, all 3 have 3 power play goals on the season, so they move the puck around quite well, but just at a 20% success rate on the power play. 90 seconds left on the man advantage, and Marshall carries in over skates. Could be a chance here on the transfer back to Perry. Crosby Perry waits for support, puts a backhand to the corner there. Sullivan looks like he's going to go behind, gets a good look. Perry closing it up with a rebound right there, ready to unleash his shot was Stringfellow. Great job of blocking those shots there by the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Leighton Anderson making 2 really big saves, big shot blocks here, while they're on the power play. Those aren't necessarily plays that you anticipate, but Leighton Anderson not panicking, getting in good position and staying in the way for not 1 but 2 shots that they don't get in on Keaton Smith.
Andover getting a good buzz going offensively on this penalty kill. Just 59 seconds left on the power play for the Hilltoppers. Andover had at least 2 good looks there, if not for the play defensively in front for the Hilltoppers to block it. They'll try to carry in. They don't quite have control of the puck as they get near the blue line, so they send it back to the fence, and Marzalek tries to carry it in, disrupted, and that attempt diffused by Andover. Finally, they accept from being behind about 5 yards behind the blue line, get it in, but they overskate as the Huskies in Bendall bring it to neutral ice, recircle over the logo, and then kick it to Law. Law promptly sends it back behind the net. Great penalty kill here once again for Andover.
Yeah, and no shots on goal recorded here in this power play as of yet. Here's under 10 to go. They're probably the last opportunity for the Hilltoppers.
Good job there by Law to get back out on the ice. He was ready to leap into the bench, but saw that they needed the help, got back, diffused another scoring, would have been a good scoring opportunity, and back at full strength is Andover. Scoreless here with just south of 4 minutes to play in this opening period. A look here, kicked out, Keaton Coe. Good job to hold the zone, far point. Stringfellow puts it back on, save, and the kick back to Sauer. Sauer sends a backhand to that far corner. Pardo pinches in. Back in now is Gorowski. Gorowski's brought some energy to these last couple of games. He's got spark. High shot that time. Pardo walks the ladder, and a chest save made. Deflection goes to the near corner. Another good look. Here comes Pardo again, trying to send it through some skates and send it low. Huskies holding in. Pardo takes another shot. That one right into the pads of Musil. 3 minutes to go, and again, nice pressure here. Tipped by Perry. They'll give chase. Sauer will get there first. They'll lead it around. He's going to try to converge on the puck. Gets the possession. Good hustle, Sauer. With a look here. A shot. Scores! Sauer with the wrister through traffic, and the Huskies take a 1-0 lead here in the first period. 2:59 remaining.
That's a massive goal for KJ. He's only got one on the season. He's, I've had a chance to talk to him a little bit. He's a little bit snake bit. It's a comment that's going around in the room, but that's really a goal scorer's goal right there. He had the opportunity to take that shot a split second earlier, but he was patient. He let the screen get into place and then blistered one top left corner past Smith, and the Huskies out to a lead here late in the first period.
And the Huskies have been buzzing for about the last 8-9 minutes. Here's another chance. Dahl tries to tuck that one under the pads, but it's Smith who gets down to make the save. Again, another runner here through the blue, and a save had to be made by Smith to deflect that to the far corner. Now 2.5 to go. Huskies just continuing to bring it. Now Munley once in, and a glove save. Beautiful save secured by Smith. So Sauer picking up his second goal of the season. But what you really have to like, hey, it's one goal. It's the energy level here for the Huskies. Well, they are coming at it full throttle, and we haven't seen that the last couple of games.
Yeah, Gavin Sullivan gets the assist, his 11th on the season, and he comes out. He's a grinder. He's going to do whatever it takes. It was a really good pass, good setup there, getting KJ the puck in some space and turning that one into a goal for the Huskies.
Pardo tries to hold, but now it hops his stick, and a chance now for Marshall, Duluth Marshall. Has to ring up. Good job defensively there to guide it another way. Shot from this near point goes over the top of the net, and now Gorowski has it. Skates out of his own end. Stops, puts a backhand on the stick of Pardo. Pardo carries in, takes the shot, gets a rebound, cutting in on that far side, and a good look there by Babineau. That time it's directed back out. Pardo holds onto it on the doorstep, looking for the rebound is Babineau again. Couple of good looks for Andover, and not able to hold the zone. Well, it's right on the line. They did hold the zone. Amazing effort there. Kicking back in now. Another look, shot over the top of the net. Sauer missed on that one, and we've got a penalty coming up on Duluth Marshall. 1:29 to go in this first period, and we'll get a look at the Huskies power play, and they come in at a 25% success clip on the power play. On the penalty kill for the Hilltoppers, 82%, 11 of 63.
Penalty goes to Max Beresford. 2 minutes here, and then the opportunity now for the Huskies with that extra attacker, try to go to the locker room with a 2-goal lead.
Moving in near side, little far side shot from the dot by Cogswell. That's blocked. Stringfellow and Cogswell again puts this one, tried to go far post, top shelf. Nice save by Smith. Deflected. Cargo gets another look. Cogswell looks across, tries to hit Dahl. Stringfellow now moves in. Dangles it back now to Cogswell. Cogswell will circle back up top. Stringfellow moves down, kicks it back. Nato with a shot. That time it goes off the chest of Smith, and they're able to clear the Hilltoppers. 40 seconds left. Coming out Conway to make a nice pass back out to the blue line. Coe settles the puck. Now looks to go behind. Now he'll set up camp with 30 seconds left in this first period, and the power play continues. Stringfellow tries to go 5-hole. Nice pave and a save. Save that time by Smith. And Duluth sends it back again to Conway. Conway pretty active back there between the pipes. He wants to come out and play and get those passes accelerated at the blue line. Cogswell disrupted, gets the puck back. As we go to 5 seconds, he'll leave it at the blue line. Babineau picks it up. It was like a to-go order there. He just dropped it for him at the blue line. He picked it up on drive-through. The Huskies jump up, Pete, to a 1-0 lead here. An impressive goal by Sauer, but even more impressive, the pressure and the buzzing.
Yeah, really good period by the Huskies. Really good skating by the Huskies. They tilted that ice and made sure that they made Keenan Smith feel their presence in that first period.
And we'll take it to the end of this first intermission and get a chance to speak here with head coach Mark Manny prior to the game. Along with Mark Manny, head coach for the Andover Huskies boys hockey team, getting section play underway. And Mark, you continue to kind of stack those section championships. What's the mindset and how do you get your team ready year in and year out?
Well, it's every team's new, right? And so we talk a lot about not living on somebody else's legacy and trying to write your own. And so it's as the years go by, it's a little tougher getting them up for some of the first round ones, but this is an exception. This will be the best first round game we've played in probably 7 or 8 years, and we better be ready to go tonight.
You've got some depth to those lines. We saw that throughout the season, but the goaltending has been solid, and you've got to be happy with that. Yeah,
we've liked everything. Our goalies have been good all year. Our defensive core has been banged up, so we had to test our depth there. We had some kids playing varsity for the first time last weekend, and they did great. But the guys we were missing look like they're going to be back for the playoffs, so they're going to give it a go tonight. And the same up front, we've gotten balanced scoring. Of course, we're led by Dahlin, Cogswell, and Crosby, Perry, and they're going to get their share. But it was nice to see some of the other guys chip in and get some scoring out of some young guys.
How do you get the mindset right for them throughout practices and really in that pregame, as the section play is all different? Playoff hockey brings a whole new brand for all teams.
Yeah, well, you know, there's got to be some urgency to your game, right? And you know, when you start talking about, hey, maybe we'll be cleaning out the lockers tomorrow, guys kind of let that sink in and realize that they have to play good. You either do it or you don't, and if you don't, then the season's over. So most of that stuff is taken care of by the guys in the room, the guys who've been in a state tournament and been in the section championships. They set the tone on that, and the coaches don't have to do much with it.
You've got Duluth Marshall coming in tonight, a sophomore line that is pretty powerful, can put the puck in the net. What else do you expect from Duluth Marshall?
Well, they haven't given up more than 3 goals all year, so we all talk about the balanced scoring they get out of their young guys, but at the end of the day, they're a defensive structured team that takes care of things in their own end. So we're going to have to find a way to penetrate their defense and get greasy on top of the blue paint and then you know, take care of their offensive guys at the same time. But defending is something we do pretty well also. So our biggest concern is trying to find a way to score.
Hey, good luck and just get that first win right at the postseason.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're going to try.
Mark Manny, and Joe Rulin will return.
I enjoy having a tough schedule throughout the year. Yeah, easy games are fun when you get 12 goals in a game, but I think it helps build a team and it helps build chemistry early in the year. I don't know, it helps us work hard and it helps us just get disciplined before the end of the year, which it actually when games start to count.
You kind of mentally get prepared for the tough battles you're gonna have, and you're not destroying teams all the time, and you have to fight through adversity that you're not always going to be handed everything.
I agree. I think it definitely tests kind of your commitment and how you have to dig deep. We emphasize working our hardest here, and that kind of shows those third periods where it's close games. You kind of have to just dig deep and keep going. So I think the tougher schedules definitely help us come closer together as a team and overcome some bigger battles sooner than later.
Yes, I would definitely say it was a hockey town. Maybe not so much when I was younger, but we built a really good culture here, and you see lots of kids out at the games, and they wanna be just like the older guys, like I did when I was that age. We have Minnetonka ended our season last year, and we got them next week, which is a big game. You know, that's one that we circled. You know, they ended our season. We got to give it back to them, and then it's always Maple Grove in the conference. Always have 2, sometimes 3 good games with them a year. You know, we saw them at state 2 years ago, and I think that's definitely been our rivalry for the last 4 or 5 years.
I would say, well, definitely Minnetonka, and then I'm really looking forward to playing Hail Mary this year. I think that'll be a fun one.
I'm personally excited to play Edina. I think it's always a grind against them, and they always get a little like scrappy, and like they always have like a different play than Tonka and Hill and all the other teams, so it's just like a fun environment to play around, and they have a big student section and everything too, so it's a fun environment.
I'm excited to play Orono and Holy Family. We haven't played those single A teams yet, at least when I've been here, so both really good single A teams, had some success last year, so that should be fun, I think.
So we have a few rituals. One thing we've always done is we have a husky in the middle of our locker room, big husky head, and we make sure nobody steps on that or you gotta kiss it. And we do the same warm-ups. We take a lap out around the ring, go play some sewer ball, same warm-up every game.
Like, we play this game called 4 versus D every game day. It gets so competitive. We try to play Stewie sometimes, but we're not too good at soccer, so it's kind of more of a kick the ball around.
Personally, me and Kaylin, we have a Krabby Patty before each game, just like the little like candy gummy burgers before each like period and everything.
Before every period?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, it's just like a ritual since I became a freshman and she was a sophomore, and she just kind of brought me in.
What we like strive to like be looked at is just like disciplined and like hard workers. Like that's what like our team like is built on, is just like completely like hard work and discipline, and just like being classy and just being a good role model to the little kids too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say too, like not only there's hard working on the ice, but it's also the type of person you are off the ice that we want to be known for here.
I feel like Andover hockey, we've always done it the right way, you know, we're respectful, you know, we appreciate everybody we're playing against and the referees. And I feel like we have a big motto here is like everything, what you do affects everybody in the high school, and it's not just one person, it's the whole team, you know, when something goes wrong. So we like to keep it professional and respectful.
The Andover's Fun Fest beer tent, or the typical pancake breakfast. Well, the Andover Lions have something new this winter season. Whether you call it cornhole or bags, the Andover Lions invite you to their first annual Lions Bags fundraiser.
Yeah, Lions Club is known for doing kind of a lot of the same fundraisers. One of the big ones people have probably heard of is the pancake breakfast. And recently we just had our Christmas party, and the governor of the Lions, he actually said, you know, think outside the box and do things that you enjoy. And that's actually how this idea was born, because it's something I have no problem spending my time creating and volunteering, because it's actually something that I really enjoy and think is fun. And I'm hoping that the community will think so too. I know I've played the last couple of years, we've been involved in the cornhole tournament at Fun Fest, and that's always been a really popular event. So I'm hoping that a lot of those same teams will come and play and support this one.
With food and beverages available for purchase and fun with friends, you'll stay warm in the courtyards of Andover Banquet Room while giving back to the community through the Andover Lions.
We are doing a Saturday, January 20th, here at the courtyards of Andover. We want to start playing right at noon, so please come register at 11 a.m., 11 to noon, come register your team. And yeah, we'll have everything set up so we can start throwing bags right away at noon.
To register your team or for more information, email Kathy. You can also look on their Facebook page or email AndoverMNLions@outlook.com.
So I definitely want to encourage people in the community to come, whether you are on a team or not, just because it can be very entertaining to just even come watch the other teams.
Don't miss out on a chance to have fun and make a positive impact at the same time.
So this is what we're doing. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. We're like barely stepping over, so tiny. Okay, a little bit awkward, all right?
Here at Ramsey since 2018. So we're just over 5 years old. Total square footage is 56,000 square feet. Our middle area where our bathrooms and office eats up about 3,000 square feet. So our actual usable space is about 52 to 53,000 square feet that we are actually in use. So the facility was definitely built to maximize the usable space because we got to give every square inch to those people that are coming in to use it. In general, the idea of the facility is to accommodate youth activities. That's what the building was built for, is to provide, especially in the wintertime, the space needed for basketball, soccer, lacrosse, basically any type of sports training.
Adrenaline Sports Center in Ramsey features 3 70 by 170 new turf fields as well as 3 50 by 75 sports courts, big enough to welcome all sports.
And then events. The event side of our business is definitely taken off now, where we are filling up a pretty good chunk of May through October with events. We do everything from smaller craft shows. We host the Ramsey Business Expo. All those are, 400 or 500 people with like 50 to 60 vendors. We'll probably do more than 20 total events here in 2023.
Field and court availability varies throughout the year, and rentals for more than 2 hours are welcome as long as they fit into the schedule. Pricing depends on the day, time, and spaces needed.
A lot of our big users, our association users, are multi-year contracts, so they're in here using the same field space, the same court space for multiple years. And then everything else is just kind of done season by season. So we just added a volleyball group last year. A lot of our groups like that do rent the same time, the same dates throughout the entire winter, and then we kind of put a contract together to that. But we also just do regular hourly rentals. We have a lot of groups that just come in, rent court space by the hour or field space by the hour just when they need it. Everything's pretty much done through me. We actually have 2 websites. We have our AdrenalineSC.com website, which is for the facility in general. And then we actually have a specific events website, which is AdrenalineSCEvents.com. The event website basically lists all the events that are currently scheduled to take place. It's easy to find out how to get things done because you just contact me and I'm happy to work things out.
Second period about to begin here from the Andover Community Center. This is the quarterfinals of the Section 7 AA as the Huskies playing host to the Marshall Hilltoppers and up 1-0 after a very active first period for Andover.
Yeah, very active indeed, moving their feet really well, skating well. Here's an early opportunity for the Hilltoppers, really their only opportunity. Shot on net, put there and turned away by Conway. But the majority of that period was spent inside the Duluth Marshall zone and eventually unlocking the mystery that is Keenan Smith. It was KJ Sauer with that rifle shot through traffic, through a screen, getting underneath the crook of the elbow. And that's what the difference is right now. Huskies out shooting the Hilltoppers 15-1, but just one goal on the board for the Huskies after 1.
And Pete, they've been just as active on the penalty kill as Andover, and they are even strength. In fact, it was 2 power play opportunities for the Hilltoppers. I think maybe they had 2 total shots, or I guess just the 1 shot on goal during both of those power plays. So active there as well.
And obviously, coming out into the second period, the Hilltoppers going to start a man short with 31 seconds remaining on the power play or the penalty for holding to Max Beresford. I thought that was a cross-checking motion that the official made. I had a chance to talk to the scorer down there, and he said it was the most aggressive holding signal he's ever seen. So that was the confusion there. It was a holding call against Beresford, which makes a lot more sense than a cross-check.
As we mentioned, Andover has won 12 consecutive section games and 4 consecutive section championships. Pretty impressive mark, kind of a need to know by Joe for you. In fact, they've won them so convincingly, not just 12-0, but they've outscored their opponents 84-13 during that 12-0 run, and they're looking to make it 13-0 here tonight. Andover took on the same Duluth squad, the Marshall team, last year in the quarterfinals and defeated them by a score of 11-2. Face off controlled, and again on the power play. Andover, Cogswell will carry in. Nice stick work there. Top of the face-off circle. Tries to go 5-hole. It's blocked. He almost had a look at the follow-up shot as well. Nadeau with a shot from this near point, and now it's sent back length of the ice. That should kill the penalty for the Hilltoppers. So they are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill here this evening. 16:30 remaining in this second period. Huskies have a 1-0 lead. Good pass, tape to tape across the way. Drop pass by Dahl. Now picking it up a Stringfellow, and an opportunity now with the numbers 2-on-1 for the Hilltoppers. I look to stop, pop, that's that first line. Beautiful defensive play that time. Stymied and stopped and made the play. There was Nadeau.
And you know, this is going to go for an icing against the Huskies, but you see right there, early in the season, that's a play that Chase is probably a little bit more tentative. He's not as confident in his steps. He's not as aggressive. And over the course of the season, it's been so much fun to watch Chase Nadeau really come into his own. He's a really confident skater. He's a really confident player. And each game you just saw him grow a little bit more. And he's making plays like that. He's got a bright future ahead of him here for the Huskies.
Huskies now bringing in Gorowski. Gorowski's been busy even against Maple Grove, and then again here tonight. A wrister. Pardo deflected, looking for that puck. It's surrounded by black all around. Black on the breezers, black on the pads, and of course black on that puck.
Yeah, that one got lost in Keenan Smith's equipment, but you know, ultimately he makes the save. Talking about the equipment of Duluth Marshall, man, that is one of the sharpest sweaters and entire kits in the entire state of Minnesota for hockey. I love it.
Controlled far point there. Pardo with the look, hits traffic out front, trying to go short side. Save is pad up there, floats over the top of the blue, and now controlled and cleared. Mundley hops his stick. Back there is Conway. Conway kind of reminds you a little of Billy Smith. I'm dating my time. He's pretty active in that goal, loves to handle the puck. Here comes Sauer, gaining the line, takes the shot, fanned. Impact behind the net, it goes. Huskies on the puck hunt now. Pardo has it, near side, cross ice to the far point. Now a Whistler comes in through traffic, deflected back behind the net. Huskies get there first, firing, taking a shot there. Babineau hits the post. Huskies again.
What a really smart move there by Babineau, as he had thought about just throwing that one into traffic and then recognized that he had some time and space. Tried to pick out his spot and, you know, missed by a millimeter hitting that post.
I will say this, the Hilltoppers have done an outstanding job of blocking a lot of shots here tonight.
Yeah, they've gotten in the way of quite a bit of, you know, shots. It's 16 shots on goal. I would guess shot attempts are probably, you know, north of 25 for the Huskies with the shots blocked. And, you know, they've done a good job, and they've done a good job clearing out rebounds, too.
Huskies win the face-off, and now that shot goes through the blue, almost slithers off that far post. We've got an ice, and it's coming all the way back into the Keenan Smith end of the ice. Again, he comes into the record of 10-7-1, a goals against of 1.95. Meanwhile, Cale Conway comes in tonight with a record of 8-5-1, a goals against of 2.51, and a save percentage of .912. He has one shutout on the season as well, does Conway. Blue line, now carried in, still with it. Wrister pad coming to the far side. Caden Martin with that shot. It's the pad save made again by Smith as he's being buzzed. You mentioned, Pete, 15-1 shots on goal in that first period, and the Huskies are not going to relinquish that lead by any means. In fact, they'll be adding to it. Deflected. Belisle puts this one on, cutting in on that back door. It hops the stick there. A good look. Opportunity there by Giacomini.
Yeah, Giacomini just not getting the stick in the right spot there. It flipped out off of Smith's pads, and he didn't have it. Here's an opportunity for the Hilltoppers.
A backhander, padded to the corner, backhand by Drevnik. Drevnik had a goal last year in the game versus Andover. On the season, Drevnik with 6 goals. He had 12 goals last year. Bid number 10. And Henry Drevnik. Near side, board, bounced up, waiting just beyond the other side of the red line. Sauer, he swats it to the corner. Defense tries to move it out, and that's Lindgren, Ethan Lindgren. Carried up, dropped down, getting back. That number one line back out there. The sensational sophomores who have combined for 42 goals. Unable to apply any pressure, and Sauer coming back. Sauer looked like he wanted to toe drag a bit and get around, but stood up on a nice check there by Sukonis. Beyond the blue line, drifted in to the corner. Controlled, first to the puck again is Lindgren. Cannot connect on the outward pass. On the stick once again is Sukonis. Sukonis now will carry it in, stop just across the blue line, tangle it up there and wait for some support. Deflected back out. Here comes Cogswell. Cogswell carries in near the dot, just below. Loose puck there, trying to get it settled. Across, backside, scores! The Huskies jump up top in an effort by Cogswell, who picks up the puck and sends it top shelf. 2-0 Andover.
And you know, that play was really started back in the Andover zone. A turnover, fed out into open space, and it was Cogswell bringing that one in all the way himself. He had a really good opportunity to feed both Ben Dahl and Keaton Coe. Just missed their stick. And then Ben is able to recover that puck, get it over to Brooks, and Brooks puts that one away.
Just the way, the tempo that they're flying at, it just creates some great spacing, some scoring opportunities, and Cogswell lights the lamp for his 16th goal of the season. Controlling again, winning those face-offs, a key. Trying to back in. There's a pop across the skates, no penalty whistle there. As the Hilltopper took exception to that check by Dahl. The puck floats back into the Andover end. Cogswell cross center ice, and here comes Dahl on the attack. Andover, Dahl circles at the face-off circle. Tries to find the trailer and Stringfellow, but now it moves off of his stick. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Hilltoppers. Across the way, good pass, good tuck. Beautiful pad save that time. Turned away by Conway. Good tape-to-tape passing, and here comes Stringfellow back the other way. Stringfellow tries to go 5 holes, shutting the clamp in the doors. That time by Smith. At the far point, scores! The shot deflected on the initial pass by Nato, and the Huskies take a 3-0 lead off that deflection, and the goal scored by Crosby Perry. His goal number 14 on the season.
Yeah, that one was a pretty one. Great pass and a backs end, getting it over to Chase Nato. Nato not afraid to pull that trigger, puts it right on the net, and Perry in the right position, tips this one past Smith. Huskies dominating here with still 11:35 to go in the second period. Timeout taken by the Hilltoppers.
Sean Bartlett says, whoa, 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 they got some juice going here. We got to stop it now, because we're going up 4-0 on the home ice. That's going to be difficult. So Andover, again, came into this game winning their last 12 section games and outscored their opponents during that time with an impressive margin of 84-13. Now make that 87-13. Trying to make it 13 in a row tonight, and there you get a look at the head coach Bartlett. Again, he spent 7 years at St. Scholastica.
He's drawing right now. He is not drawing anything offensively. He is drawing in exactly how he wants them to pack in front of the net, in front of Smith, and not let Huskies get these tips, not let Huskies get clean looks, and not let the Huskies get any touches really within, you know, that kitchen of the blue paint, a couple feet either side. And you know, if that's what it takes to prevent these looks getting in on Keenan Smith, he'll do it.
And the pace in which the Huskies are operating is what we're kind of used to seeing. We got kind of spoiled the last 4 or 5 years, but they have opened up the pace and gotten at it. And when you're moving at that clip, you put a lot of people out of position. And it was a beautiful setup by Nato, but even more so, that tip was phenomenal. Well located by Perry.
And the goal by Crosby is his 14th on the season. The assist will go to Nato, his 11th in the year, and then Babineau, his 17th on the season, who started that will get the secondary assist.
Gorowski, center ice, gets to that puck, sends it deep to the corner. Collision ensues there. Gorowski picks up the loose biscuit there, fires it back to where he just came from. Babineau from behind, a quick wraparound. Getting a pad save that time by Smith. Good work trying to clear and pick it up was Lindgren. They're able to carry it out now, and bring some spark here. A Whistler over the top. Just missed by the glove. And now in front, a good look shot. Padze, oh, beautiful save. And a score, canceling. Getting that initial rebound and firing it back of the net. Going low side. It is the Hilltoppers who cut the deficit now to 3-1 on the goal. Collected there by number 20.
Yeah, Braden Henua getting that that rebound and a wide open net. Conway comes out of the net to take the angle away and then gives up a big rebound. 3 players for the Huskies behind the net there, and that one is really the problem in there. And that's what you get back and look at film, you're going to say that is not something that can happen continuing the rest of the way.
You see it in basketball. Tom Izzo calls a timeout, comes out of that timeout, and they execute. Boy, I'll tell you, the Hilltoppers did just that after their timeout, as drawn up well by the coaching staff, and they capitalized, cut into a 3-0 deficit. Now just a 2-goal deficit, 3-1 with 10.5 to play in this second period. Sauer's going to try to come over and seal this off, but that puck has pitchforked its way over the top of the neutral zone. And now at the blue line, swiped down deep. That was Aduno. Aduno again, leading scorer for the Marshall squad with 18 goals and 11 assists. Number 1 line back out there. Huskies get to the puck, but give it right back up. Here's a shot off the post. I think it caught maybe the glove and then off of the post. Now you're seeing the Marshall Hilltoppers buzzing.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure here, and it's both times it's been generated with some poor puck play, not being real secure with the puck down low below the red line, and here you go. It's a turnover below the red line and a quick shot from a dangerous scoring area by the Hilltoppers. Conway pressed hard against that post, making sure that that one didn't sneak in.
Kyler Black getting ready. Kyler Black had 2 goals, 2 assists in their win over Northridge. Another sophomore, he'll take the center. Now he's been moved out, and Benson Peterson moves in. Top of the face-off circle. Nice block that time. A little limping coming up that time is Keaton Coe. Coe goes to the front of the net. Loose puck in the high slot. Now finally gloved and set down. Trying to control is Black. No look pass. Foul out to neutral ice. Here's a check laid in by Pardo. Waiting back at that blue line for the puck. That was Peterson. Back again. We've got a whistle. Some extracurricular pushing, shoving, as intensity has certainly increased for both teams. And there you get a look at Dahl trying to put an end to it. Huskies, it appears the Huskies are going to go on a penalty kill, or they are not. No.
It's just coming out. Honestly, after that hit, after that whistle, it should probably get moved either center ice or to the next dot. But the official's not calling that. But you got to love Ben Dahl stepping in there, stepping up for his teammate, his fellow captain. Pardo taking a little bit of a late hit there, and Ben Dahl isn't the most physical guy, but he's going to step up for his guys, and he did that right there.
Well, let's see how the Huskies can respond. Some of the physical play, but also surrendering a goal. At 3-1 now, the lead has been slimmed down for Andover. 9:27 to play in this second period. Quickly approaching the midway mark of this contest, getting dumped by Perry. It was there after the face-off. This shot deflected into the netting off the shot from that far point. Just a few seconds expired there, and it's going to be kind of exciting to see how the Huskies respond here after now. You've seen the Hilltopper squad kind of step into it.
And another thing too that is fun to watch, interesting to watch here is we got our lines here going into the game, kind of a little bit of a shakeup, and even then we've had a shakeup on the shakeup. Now Coe jumping in with that top line, a place that he held for quite a while earlier in the season before his injury.
Huskies forced back. Cogswell leads out. Nice pass ahead to Dahl. He has on the attack. Drop pass, and at the top of the face-off circle, picked up by the Hilltoppers. They'll fire it through and deep, and we get a whistle for an ice. It's 8:55 remaining. Some other action going on here tonight in the section play as well, as Grand Rapids is taking on Cambridge. And Rock Ridge as well playing. And winner advances. This matchup, they will play on the 24th at Amsoil Arena. Place where, Pete, you and I had a chance to call the section championship last year. And that big win.
Absolute great arena. It's a really cool experience for the players here, getting to play on an arena of that caliber, and then just the opportunity then to go on to the next level as playing at the XL Energy Center.
Good stick work in the corner. Good battle. Scores! Oh, was that an earned goal? And Martin will pick up the assist. Oh, what a dandy of a dime. He worked it out of the corner, then put it right on the stick, and Sullivan got the tape down and got it by Smith. A 4-1 lead now for Andover.
Just before the halfway point of this game, and it was Martin taking that puck away and then feeding Sullivan on the back end. And that's a gritty goal, and that's exactly what you're going to get from those two seniors in Caden Martin and Gavin Sullivan. And that's a great step for this Huskies team. You get some scoring opportunity from those guys, and that's when you kind of really feel like, all right, things are working in our favor here. Everybody's playing into their roles.
Officially beyond the midway mark of this contest, and the Huskies have reopened and reclaimed a 3-goal lead at 4-1 on the goal by Sullivan, his 7th of the season. Moving it back in, a whistle here for the offside from the Marshall Hilltoppers. Hoppers come in with a record of 15-9-1. Their last trip to the state tournament for the Hilltoppers came in 2012-2013 season. They actually ended up winning the consolation off the face-off and a rebound. A Whistler getting another look as Handulaw. A quick whistle as it's dispensed into the bench. We'll get another face-off here. Just under 8 to play. So on the season, the Hilltoppers came in, they scored 93 goals and surrendered 53. See if they can win a face-off and get that deficit back down to 2. Bringing it along the board, traffic in front, deflected, and now gloved and set down. Here comes Stringfellow. A beautiful pass up ahead. Gorowski tries to send it across to a cutter at the high slot. And that time, Pardo comes over to hold the zone. But a beautiful touch pass that time by Stringfellow to set up Gorowski. Gorowski again tried to find it. Teammate in front. This deflected out of play for the face-off. But Stringfellow, you get that. You get the speed, confidence with that puck. And he's always looking to dish the dimes.
Hey, you're going to find that head man. When you make those passes, you use your vision. You look to see who can cap them, who can stop them. And, in that situation, Stringfellow saw there's nobody over there that could cap on that side. And, that's the opportunity where they have to either move the defense and leave somebody open or give that skater a free run to the goaltender.
Stringfellow a chance to play on that blue line during the state championship season. Of course, Weston Knox and also Kyle Wall, the blue line. Here's a wrister, Nato again. Gotta love how precise he is with that shot. Knew exactly what he wanted to do, forcing the goalie Smith to short hop and bring up the leather.
And right there, Nato's getting wide, so what he's trying to do, he's not trying to score that one clean. He's looking to try and see if Keaton Coe can beat the puck to the spot, because if he beats the puck to the spot, he's going to be able to tip that right past Smith without issue.
Face off to the near corner here, picked up by the Hilltoppers. They'll move it out to neutral ice and now deflected even that much deeper into the Huskies' end. Trying to get after that puck is Hernsman, but it's sent right back out by Andover. Now Duluth puts it right back on the stick, and here comes Coe. Coe, top of the face-off circle, now to the near side, tries to slide that one below, deflects it back to Nadeau. Nadeau over to Mundley. Mundley at the far point off the half wall. Giving chase is Dahl. Dahl now controls, circles to the corner. Nadeau again puts this shot on, gets the rebound, and traffic in front. And that's how you're going to beat Smith, and Cogswell was there, but a tie-up by Smith to make the save.
Another good shot there by Nadeau. We see Cogswell he's going to get a penalty for. Oh, okay, they're going to match him. Or not.
Maybe an anticipatory type of penalty coming later, but yeah, Cogswell took a seat. Or
the official had to have said something to him, because I know he got matched or locked up a little bit after the whistle, down low with Sukanos, and we see it right here. They're just Cogswell knows what he's doing there, and he points to the scoreboard. Hey,
4-1 lead. We'll
relax,
take that.
relax, pal. But that's Cogswell's game. He's a little bit of a pest. He's got that edge to him that he's going to try and he might take a penalty or two in doing no, but he's going to draw a couple as well. And that's a plus for the Huskies if they can draw a penalty on the back end with one of the defensemen for the Hilltoppers.
Musso gives chase. Whisked around the board there by Perry. Now the half wall. Sullivan tried to get it out, but trapped. Nice play there by Drevnik. In the corner, mustered it out. Huskies now move it up ice. Cross ice just below, near side. Sullivan comes in, takes the shot. It's blocked by Lindgren. Deflects to that far corner. Now controlling that puck behind the net. Moving in. A shot there. A save is made. Another shot taken, pulling the trigger that time. Again was Sullivan. Like a little catch and release by Conway. And Conway has made just about every save. The shots that he has made have been tremendous saves and good angles. Now 2-on-1, quick break here. Hilltoppers come in, try to go short side, just getting a glove on it and off the mark on that attempt by Hanula. Quickly back the other way, race to the puck. Martin will get there first in the corner. Back strides, tries to create some space. Sauer takes a check, now back behind on the doorstep. Back again, far point. Near side here, lost Stringfellow. Has it roll off of his stick. Now he battles to hold the zone. Again getting at it. Westman cannot get to that puck, but sticks with it. Good job of disrupting the flow out of their own end. And now it's sent back to center ice, and the Huskies promptly send it right back in by Pardo. Chasing in is Sauer. Tries to deflect. Stringfellow has it deflect back, and now the Hilltoppers send it cross ice. Good job by Gorowski. Gorowski picks up the puck in the corner, moving in. Now Dangles puts it up, rebound, shot, no, off the back. Oh, he hit that far post. So all started by Gorowski. Trying to send this and get some air, and they'll do that. That is the Marshall Hilltoppers whistled for the ice, and again, all Gorowski.
This is a great move by Gorowski, and then unbelievable save. Just caught enough of that, did Keenan Smith, as KJ Sauer had a wide open net for his second goal of the evening, and somehow it was Smith going from his left to right that just got a piece of it and caused that to deflect a little bit more horizontally than into the net, and saved the goal, saved it from going 5-1 here.
Gorowski's been bringing the juice. He's had some fly-by those towers. In fact, he'll be going to the Air Force Academy next year. Not to play hockey, but academically, and that's an achievement in its own. Gorowski on the one-time puts it right on top of the face-off circle. Save had to be made by Smith. Nato gets it. Tries to hold in. Beautiful job by Nato, and now Gorowski uses his glove to settle the puck. Reverses a couple of times. Gets me a little dizzy. Sends it back to the corner. Trying to hold it and doing it at least a little longer for the Huskies, and now carry out here for the Hilltoppers. Through the neutral zone, reversed, picked up Babineau and team, and here comes Dahl. Dahl was going to try to seal off the defenders. Poke checked off his stick by Leighton Anderson. Move it back out. Now controlled there by Munley. Whistled for the offside with 3:20 to play, in the Andover Huskies a 4-1 lead.
Packed house here at the community center.
Good show.
Good
Wow.
showing by the Duluth Marshall fans making the trip down.
Good look on a Tuesday night. Boys high school hockey, of course, the girls Andover Husky squad getting ready to lace them up as they play Thursday at 1 p.m. in the quarterfinals. There's a shot, flashing a little leather. Hashtag FTL is Cal Conway. Conway was in goal last year when they defeated this team 11-2. the junior netminder, comes in with a save percentage of .912. Last year he had a mark of 7-3. Collision behind. Dahl comes back to help out. He'll carry. Looks to gain the zone, does that. Now stop, one-timer, top of the face-off circle. Securing that shot and the save is Keenan Smith.
Good jump there by Ben Dahl, taking the puck away in his own end and then pushing that play all the way up. And, you know, he just covers so much ground on this, you know, on the sheet of ice, whether it's playing defense, whether it's, you know, getting ahead on the forecheck. He always seems to be, you know, have a nose for when that puck is going to come loose and where he's got to start working to.
Out front, good job by Westman to at least get that puck out in front. Huskies could not capitalize, and now the Hilltoppers fire the biscuit in. That's by Sacco, another sophomore. Hard rebound, far side, trying to chase it down. Martin, as that puck got a little farther away from his stick than he wanted. 2 and change remaining. Incoming, freezing the puck is Conway. And Cale Conway, the 6', 150-pound junior, hands that biscuit to the official. 2:18 to play.
And, you know, it's important for Cal, you know, as he's seen 6 shots here this evening. But, you know, he's an active goaltender, and that helps him stay engaged, just helps him stay locked in on nights like tonight where he might not see, you know, more than 10 shots in the entire game. So, you know, that extra ability he has to handle the puck and come out and play the puck outside of the crease is such a great addition for the Huskies, and it gives them so much more flexibility in getting their breakouts and getting into their stretch passing and creating offensive pressure.
Duluth Marshall out of the Lake Superior Conference, winning that conference this year. Hermantown followed by Grand Rapids, who's the #1 seed, Section 7 AA. Pete, look forward to hearing more about that Grand Rapids game versus Andover that you had a chance to call. On the doorstep, oh, a good look, moving in, and a follow-up shot by Perry. Cannot connect. A good look, but finding some light between the pads, but then it hit the post, and a scoring opportunity there by Babineau.
Oh, Babineau just missed that one. I thought it might have even gotten underneath that crossbar a little bit and popped right out, and it would have been a missed call, but he knows it. He had that opportunity. He's one of the best shooters on this team, and he's gonna kick himself for missing that one.
Face-off controlled. Pardo eyes the hold, then it's deflected back out. Carrying in now. Chance to do some damage and cut in. That first line back out there. Quick shot and a save made after that shot by Peterson. At the half wall, collision ensues. Loose puck comes out. Stringfellow directs it to Cogswell near side. 3-on-2 now. Crossing in. The trailer moving. Shot from the dot, and the shot is just off and deflected out of play. Beautiful setup as Coe had a look at that one.
Love finding the trailer on that play. 3 skaters coming across the blue line at the same time. And on the near side, Cogswell just waiting, and then finding the late skater coming in, unmarked, and Keaton Coe. And I don't know if Keaton could have put more into that. He had to have quite a bend in that stick, and as he tried to wrist that one home.
A minute remaining in this second period. Down below, Stringfellow tries to put it back up in that high slot or direct it to a teammate. Stringfellow with it again. This hits the Breezers in front. This rebound, and it's deflected to the corner. Far point, kicking it back out. Pardo puts this on, and now skating out of their own end. Here come the Hilltoppers. Glove there, and quickly sticks back up to center ice to Coe. Coe gains the line. Cogswell is trailing. 30 seconds left in period number 2. Andover has extended their lead from 1-0 to 4-1 here in the second. Nato unable to hold the zone. It leaks just beyond his stick. And Andover forces it back behind the cage for Duluth Marshall. Long pass ahead, hard off the stick. And it goes now to Cogswell. Cogswell ahead to Sauer. Sauer fakes the shot, little dangle, and then loses the puck to the defender. 3 seconds left, and we are now at the end of 2 complete, and Andover has stretched that lead to 4-1, Pete.
Really good period by the Huskies, spreading that scoring love around. You love to see, Cogswell getting on the score sheet. He had a couple of good chances in the first period. And then Crosby Perry with a great tip. And then, getting a goal from Gavin Sullivan, Caden Martin, and KJ Sauer. I mean, that's a scoring trio right there of three guys that really need to get hot for this Huskies team to make a good run.
Huskies with the juice do not go away. The Huskies are a period away from advancing, or Marshall Hilltoppers a period away from tying. We'll return with the third period here on QCTV.
Yes, I would definitely say it was a hockey town. Maybe not so much when I was younger, but we've built a really good culture here, and you see lots of kids out at the games, and they want to be just like the older guys, like I did when I was that age. We have Minnetonka ended our season last year, and we got them next week, which is a big game. That's one that we circled. They ended our season. We got to give it back to them, and then it's always Maple Grove in the conference. Always have 2, sometimes 3 good games with them a year. We saw them at state 2 years ago, and I think that's definitely been our rivalry for the last 4 or 5 years.
Find the identity of the team, and along those lines, a big part of that is having players accept a role. And no, not everybody can be, on the top power play unit. Not everybody is going to be on the ice in overtime, but everybody's got a role to play. And if we're all supportive of each other, we'll succeed as a group. So putting the needs of the group ahead of individual desire is a big part of it. And the quicker you can get that done, the better chance you have to grow as a unit. So. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't that well, and that's part of it. But a big part of the job as a coach is to get everybody to pull in the same direction.
So we have a few rituals. One thing we've always done is we have a Husky in the middle of our locker room, big Husky head, and we make sure nobody steps on that or you got to kiss it. And we do the same warm-ups. We take a lap out around the ring, go play some sewer ball, same warm-up every game. We always play a scoring game, call it, in practice, and just try and beat each other out. That's kind of how we get better out here, is just competing with each other.
I think there's some teams that are rivals every year, and he mentioned Minnetonka, and I think some would say Duluth East and Grand Rapids for a different reason. They're the teams we always have to get through to get to the state tournament. Minnetonka is a big rivalry because they're going to be ranked #1 to start the year. This year they won it last year, but right here in the Northwest Suburban and in the Anoka-Hennepin School District, we're big rivals with all 4 schools: Anoka, Blaine, Coon Rapids, and Champlain. So we look forward to playing those guys. It's always a spirited battle, and at the end of it we can shake hands and know we're all part of the same great school system and wait for the next battle.
I feel like Andover hockey, we've always done it the right way. We're respectful. We appreciate everybody we're playing against and the referees. And I feel like we have a big motto here is like everything, what you do affects everybody in the high school, and it's not just one person, it's the whole team, when something goes wrong. So we like to keep it professional and respectful. It's always when the section get down there to the X and be there on Friday and Saturday night. It's what matters.
We're doing pretty good as a team. We only have 1 loss as a team, and then our team individually is doing pretty good too.
We've had 5 duels. We wrestled Rogers right away, which that was tough for both of us because it was, we had been with people for a week. So I think if you talk to the Rogers coach, neither of us put on a really great show. We were fortunate enough to win that, and then we wrestled at Blaine. We wrestled Blaine and Osseo. We were fortunate to win those, and then last night we wrestled Anoka and Maple Grove, and beat Maple Grove but lost to Anoka. I look forward to all of them. I think now we're finally to the point where we're a little bit relevant. Last year was the first year that we beat Anoka, so you know, obviously that's pretty fun for us. And 2 years ago was the first time we beat Coon Rapids. So I think we're finally getting to the point where it is a rivalry. You know, if you're 0-30, it's not much of a rivalry. But now I think so those are fun. You know, and you know those are the kind of the local ones where that's probably a little bit more pride. But I would say any team in the district is probably the ones that we look forward to the most.
Yeah, I like the meets because you're pushed a little harder, trying to get the extra points for the team, and just having your guys on the bench cheering you on, it's a fun experience. Yeah.
Meets feel a little bit more like game day, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta really lock in for meets, and then tournaments I can mess around and try something new or whatever.
I feel like meets are a lot more fun in my opinion. I feel like we can really work as a team. You're out there for your brothers on the bench, and tournament you're just there for fun.
Our club, our booster club, is K through 12. And now we have actually even some younger ones that we call it our Tough Tumbler program, where it's pre-K, where we just do some tumbling, and so all of those are part of under our booster club.
We want to show a good experience for the young kids, because if you don't have a good youth, then
we got no future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great to work with them in practice for youth nights, and then to see them all go out, wrestle, and win some medals, it's awesome.
I've heard before where they say wrestling's not fun, but it is very, very rewarding. You know, and I think that's one of the things that you hang on to. It's like if you want to come out to do this for fun, even though we try to make it as fun as we can, but it is very rewarding at the end of the day. You can really accomplish something kind of individualized that you can't get in some of the other sports.
My name is Jess. I own Muddy Paws Doggy Daycare here in Andover. So we do overnight boarding and daycare, and then we also do some light grooming, just baths, nail trims, that kind of stuff. All of the dogs that board with us get to spend their entire day in daycare. They're not kenneled throughout the day. We give breaks and naps and stuff as needed, but for the most part, everybody hangs out in our play area all day long. And then we also, with our daycare program, owners can drop their dogs off and pick them up later in the day. You know, if they are working or have a busy day, or you know, whatever's going on, they just need a break from their dog if they're working from home, which happens sometimes. So yeah, so they hang out, they play. We have a large indoor area, large outdoor area. They're supervised 100% of the time while they're in playtime, and they just get a lot of exercise and socialization, and yeah. I think one of my favorite part about the dogs is when we have a dog that comes in that at first is kind of shy and reserved and not sure of herself or himself, and then, you know, after a short time or a couple days of daycare, they come out of their shell and they find a friend, and they just like, they just become this super happy, you know, they come in and their tail's wagging versus being a little nervous. So that's definitely my favorite part, is just I get really excited when they make that leap into playing and making friends and things like that. I live in Andover. I have 4 daughters and they all attend Andover schools. And so when I was looking to add a second location, I really, really wanted to stick with Andover. It's a growing community. You know, there's tons and tons of kids and families, and usually with kids and families comes dogs. You know, you drive anywhere or walk anywhere, there's always people out walking their dogs. And I just felt like it was just something that the Andover community needed. I have an absolutely amazing staff. I work really hard to find people that share the same passion with the dogs as I do. And they truly do an amazing job. And I can assure you that they take very, very good care of each and every dog that is here, because they do feel so warmly about all of the dogs that do come in. It's just a really great community, full of lots of great people, and I love being able to, you know, go to the gym or go to an event or a sporting event or just even Walmart, Target, you know, restaurants, and I see people who I take care of their dogs. So it's just so much fun to have that link to where we live, plus having a business here. It just pulls it all together. And I mean, I'm constantly like meeting people that I know, and then they bring their dog here and they're like, oh my gosh, you own this place? It's like, oh yeah. So it's just a fun connection between the community I live in and you know, families and their pets and things like that.
The Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce has been a staple of the cities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, Coon Rapids, now then Oak Grove, Ramsey, and St. Francis for over 70 years. The Chamber is an invaluable resource for the business community and helps local businesses and business owners connect with their residents, enhance their credibility within the community, and build connections with other businesses. With your Chamber membership, you'll be able to attend networking events, submit articles to the Chamber magazine, be featured on QCTV's monthly program, The Chamber Report, and receive special discounts available only to Chamber members. To join the Chamber, fill out the application form on www.anokaareachamber.com and mail it to mail@anokaareachamber.com or to the Anoka Area Chamber of Commerce at 12 Bridge Square, Anoka, Minnesota 55303.
Calling all adults aged 55 and over, the City of Ramsey has programs just for you. Join the Art Club every other Monday at Central Park. Artists from the Rum River Art Center will guide you step by step through a variety of projects with diverse styles and mediums. Explore topics such as layering and lines, oil pastel landscapes, and a variety of collage techniques. If you're looking to get out and explore Greater Minnesota, several day trips have been planned for 2024. Catch the coach bus from Ramsey City Hall and venture downtown to view the Minneapolis Institute of Art's Art in Bloom exhibit. Round-trip transportation, entry to the museum, and lunch are covered in the cost of registration. Other trips include a stained glass tour in Winona and a journey to New Ulm to visit Shell's Brewery. Registration for all these events and much more can be found on the city's website at cityoframsey.com.
Ice rink here at the Andover Community Center, but not for much longer as these teams strapping up their skates, getting ready to get back out for a third period. But Pete, we saw a pretty explosive second period.
Yeah, it really, we saw the indicators of that happening in the first period with a lot of sustained pressure, and then it was brought to fruition here in the second period. That one was a great opportunity set up by Cogswell and then getting the feed back, and then a tip in front by Crosby Perry. Chase Nadeau providing the assist there. And then it was Marshall getting on the board. It was a shot saved made by Cal Conway, and then Braden Henula getting the rebound. And then it was Caden Martin answering that one, feeding Gavin Sullivan on the back doorstep, tipping that one through the 5-hole, extending the lead back to 3 for a 4-1 lead for the Huskies. Shots in that period, it was 19-6 in favor of the Huskies. Game total of shots for the Huskies at 34. Game total for the Hilltoppers at 7.
Love looking at those banners. Excellent job and camera work there as you set it up. Huskies, the 2022 state champions. And of course the success they've had in the postseason, both the girls and the boys as well. But the boys from this component, well, they are trying to capture their 5th consecutive section championship. The girls, they just collected their 7th consecutive region or section championship and will be playing in the state tournament again. That'll be on Thursday. Congratulations to them. But Andover, talking to head coach Mark Manning before, he says, you know what, if we make it to the championship this year, this will be our 7th straight season in the section championship. Of course, they were disappointed in a couple of those trips, but a chance here to master it and get a handful. That would be a handful, 5 in a row section championships. Right now, they need to take care of business against the Marshall Hilltopper team with a record of 15-9-2 coming in. And they certainly are not about to fold and give up. And we'll see what their strategy is here, Pete, to start this third period.
Yeah, you have to assume that they're going to, really work on bringing additional pressure and trying whatever they can to maintain possession of the puck, because Andover, even in their own end, has been able to just dominate possession of the puck. Marshall can't get them off the puck.
34-7 shots on goal as we begin the second period. That actually equates to 29-6 for shots on goal in that second period. And a whistle here. Face-off will come just outside the blue line as the Huskies get set. And you hear a lot about the success with head coach Mark Manny, but what do you think he does that gets those players triggered or get them to perform?
Well, he's extremely honest, and he doesn't hold anything back. If he doesn't like a player's effort or what they're bringing to the table, he's going to have a conversation with them, and he's going to find alternatives. But the thing is players love playing for him because they know they're getting the real deal. They're getting they're going to get an honest opportunity. They're going to get an honest answer from him, and he's not going to sugarcoat it or anything like that, but he's going to tell them exactly what they need to do to earn that spot back, or to earn that opportunity to get back on the ice.
Had a chance to see several of his press conferences at the state tournament, and it's always, well, I can tell you the reporters enjoy when head coach Mark Manny's behind the mic. And as you're accurate, Pete, with your description, very forthcoming, very upfront with it all, and saves the syllables, gets right after it. So we have 15:54 to go here in this third period. Andover again facing this Duluth Marshall team for the second consecutive quarterfinal matchup. Last year they put up an 11-2 win over the Hilltoppers. Last year in their 11-2 win, they had several goal scorers on that. In fact, I believe it was, Cooper Conway had 4 goals and 1 assist. Babineau had 4 goals and an assist. Law had a goal and an assist. Cogswell, 3 assists. And then, again, Cal was in net, Cal Conway. Impressive outing, too. So a lot of different players who contribute, and that's what makes this team so strong, too. It's the depth of their lines. 15-20 to go. Sauer racing in, cannot get possession, and quickly back the other way comes Aduno. Aduno carries in, now tries to work around, and my correction on that, it is Garati. Garati had it momentarily, split, now shot from the half wall and deflected into the netting after a save by Conway. C2, Cale Conway with another save.
And you talked about it, Joe, with the depth of the Huskies lines, and going into tonight's matchup, even coming out of the Maple Grove game, I know the coach has really felt good about their top 2 lines, but seeing the scoring output, seeing Sauer get on the board, seeing Sullivan get on the board, Caden Martin with an assist, that's the third line output that this team needs, and that's the kind of third line output that they're going to have if they want to make a run to get another state title, because the teams that are out there that they're going to face in the section championship and beyond are deep teams that can skate with you with your top 2 lines.
A trip there, no call. Still digging it out along the board. Peterson is there, but he cannot get the pressure. A backhand pass from Dahl is deflected and sent back behind Conway. Now with some mojo coming, Pardo gets it in. Shot from behind the blue line, had some velo on it. Save is made to the corner. Perry comes over to disrupt. Digging it out. And now it's Pardo. Tries to get it back up top, but Coe there was blanketed by number 17, Benson Peterson. Peterson heads to the bench for a change. Law will recircle in his end of the ice. And now we'll start it up. Stopped at the blue line, now giving it right back again to Andover. And Gorowski was there, who tried to guide it out. He kicks it down, now a chance, 2-on-1. Drop pass to Gorowski, lays it, stop pass, beautiful save, stacking the pads. Smith, an outstanding save, and it looked like an almost certain goal for Andover, and a beautiful setup by Gorowski, but even a more beautiful save by Smith. Back again. This one off the post by Babineau. Lasers one on a snipe and drills it off the post. Law is lit up right at the blue line. Stick goes flying, and now a pass ahead. Here's an opportunity. Skating in, shot, save is made. Conway comes up big time on a breakaway opportunity there by Drevnik.
I don't want to say that the Conway save was better than that of Keenan Smith, as Keenan Smith was probably one of the best saves I've seen all year here at the community center.
Here's a look at this. Well, just a beautiful look at Gorowski. Sets this up, stacking it, getting it set. My goodness.
Such an unselfish play there too by Gorowski, as he got fed by Babineau with a great pass, a great anticipation play. And we've got a penalty coming here against Caden Martin in the box for the Huskies.
Third power play opportunity of the evening. Here for the Hilltoppers, controlled up there by Sissons, and he sends it now back down to the corner as Hilltoppers set up their power play unit, trying to hit on the back door there, back to Sissons. Sissons leads the team with 7 power play assists on the season for the Hilltoppers. They'll send it up, retreat behind their own net, and now start it up and engineer it. Near side to Peterson. Peterson still with it, circles across center ice and brings it along the board. Trying to pinch in to hold the zone, unable to do so. It's lifted there, making that initial effort to hold was Aduno. Back to the corner, back in again on another entry. This one's going to leak out beyond the blue line. Good job to deflect that out by Sullivan. Gaining the line, moving in, a wrister, glove save, flashing the leather. For the save was C2, Cal Conway.
That power or penalty kill save for Cal Conway, his first one he's had to make in 3 power play opportunities for the Marshall. Those first 2, Duluth Marshall wasn't able to get a shot on net. They
You're right.
Andover penalty kill was taking all those pucks away, getting a lot of turnovers, and not really giving Marshall any time in the zone.
Very active has Andover been on the penalty kill. 50 seconds left on this, their third opportunity. They send it crisscross now down below, but it rolls off the stick, taking a swat at it, Andover, and they move it out beyond the blue line. That swat taken by Nato. Circling back, and now dropping it near side to carry in. Deflected, an attempt to send it across to the far corner. That was Beresford. Beresford there, trying to send it out, holding the blue line. Nice play, still keeping it. A shot there, but just out of reach on a stick, and a tough spot there for Drevnik. As it went right between his skates, he couldn't get the leverage on it to get the stick there. 8 seconds left. Looks like another successful penalty kill here for the Huskies. They will be 3 for 3 on the night. Back at full strength here with 10:50 to play, and a 4-1 lead is Andover. Trying to hold up the traffic, waiting for support. Getting that puck was Marsalek. He finally just sent it to the far corner. Break opportunity. Here comes Cogswell. Oh, he's so dangerous in open ice. Circle center ice. He was on that penalty kill. Legs have got to be burning, so he's to the bench. This pass misses everyone and quickly get the icing whistle. 10:30 to go. 37-10 shots on goal in this third period. And the Huskies remain with a 4-1 lead.
And you kind of see it here every once in a while. There's a shift taken where the Huskies are trying something. They're trying a different look. They're trying to create an opportunity off the half wall. They're trying to create an opportunity from down low. And those are things that they talk about on the bench, and then they get the opportunity to come out and execute them. And with a 4-1 lead here against Duluth Marshall, that's a great opportunity because they're a good hockey team. And when you've got things going, that's the opportunity to really go out and get creative and make some good hockey plays.
This Hilltopper squad took a tough loss 3-2 to Duluth East back on February 13th. They've also put up some impressive wins on the season. So I bet you they came in with a record. a 15-9-2, picked up the first win of the season, 5-2 against Eastridge, and then had a 1-goal loss, a tough one, 3-2 to Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids, the number 1 seed in Section 7 AA, the Huskies number 2.
And you know, it's a coach's vote this year. Obviously, the Grand Rapids earning that 1 seed with a head-to-head victory against Andover just a handful of weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. You know, up at Grand Rapids and Yanmar Arena. You know, we got an opportunity to see exactly what that matchup's going to look like. It's going to be a well-played game. Grand Rapids, they're a good skating team, but you know, as far as you know, a lot of skill or putting, you know, having a line that puts a lot of fear into its opponents, they don't really have that. They're just going to play real solid hockey. They're going to rely on their goaltender, you know, making big plays in the net as he did against the Huskies here just a couple weeks ago.
Pressure now as Hilltoppers trying to cut into the deficit. They can't find a puck. Finally, the Husky defender does, and they scoop it to the corner. Munley starts taking it behind the net, hits the brakes, sends it on the backhand. Good old buzz going here. There's a shot in front, deflects, hits, and drops in front of Conway, but Andover is there. He's sent back up. Player a little slow to get up. Couple down below as Ben Dahl and Marcelek collided. In front now. Kicking, trying to get a stick on that puck, and it's under the uniform of Keenan Smith, who is approaching 40 shots on goal and 36 saves.
And the big thing here is, you know, is Duluth Marshall is starting to see the clock. They're starting to see those things, you know. And there's a timeout from Mark Manny. You know, I think he's probably wanting to calm down his group right now as he recognizes Duluth Marshall, you know, as that clock winds down, as I was saying, you know, they have less and less to lose because this is it if they don't create that comeback. And so if they're going to create some juice by taking penalties and you know, maybe getting a matching penalty by one of the better Huskies players, you know, that plays into Duluth Marshall's game. And so, you know, Mark Manny, real smart here, bringing the guys in, lighten them up a little bit, and you know, letting them know, hey, the disciplined way that we've been playing for the previous 2.5 periods is going to get us to where we need to go. Don't lose sight of that.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, some coaches may wait for it to get much closer before they use that timeout. And he obviously observed a couple of things, as did the coaches, to say, hey, we need to get this calibrated right now and get that focus. And hey, that's part of the reason and part of his attributes to collecting 255 career wins already in his career. It's amazing what he's accomplished on the ice and then off the ice. I had said in a tweet, he probably deserves his own reality show.
I would
Force
watch
One pilot. I would definitely watch it.
You know, I've had the opportunity to work alongside Mark in the high school for a handful of years. I mean, he is he's got a story for everything, and you know, he's entertaining, he's supportive, he's wise beyond his years, and you know, he recognized, as you said, he recognized something that he needed to get the entire unit together right now to talk about.
In front, tried to center now. The Huskies, after that timeout, trying to counter, just as Duluth Marshall did just before they scored their own lone goal of the game, taking the timeout. Kind of that voice of reason from Mark Manny. Setting it up, pass, jumped right there. Here's a chance. Dahl now skates in. Shot, nope, pass up, kicks it, dangles, looks again, tries to get it across. Wonderful defensive play there by Lindgren to prevent that centering pass from getting to two of the Husky players. Penalty coming up here on the Hilltoppers. That will be a tripping penalty, and it hops right into the glove of Smith. Dahl is talking about it, and he says, well, we're calling this anyway. It's a penalty. You can see it behind the net where it transpired.
And you see right here, he's coming back, and you know, that's a slew foot and a half, and that's what he's upset about. Yeah. Is, you know, they've been doing it all game. Now you know, you can prevent that. That's an injury waiting to happen, is what Ben's upset about.
Good stick work there by Sauer. High wrister. Hits hard off the glass. Perry there first, scoops it to the corner, and that's where Sauer's located. Sauer moves up near the point, now across the way to Pardo. Pardo picks it up, rotating it around the perimeter here, and over. Good puck-to-puck passing on this power play. Trying to hit a cutter coming in that back door. Perry just misses. He recircles at the half wall. Swats a backhand to the corner. Babineau is there. 1:25 left on the power play here for Andover as they've had control with it and moved it around. Now on the doorstep, backhand shot, save again, cutting in. Low slot of loose puck and smothered once again by Smith. Sauer takes exception to somebody taking an extra pop at him, and Duluth Marshall frustrated as well, down 4-1 with 7:04 to play here in the third and 1:14 on the power play.
Yeah, really good shot there by Babineau and a good save made, and then the addition is going to draw. It's going to draw an extra penalty. This is Sukanos going to the box, I think. Crosby's going to go too. That's accurate. You know, Crosby did throw a little late hand there in the blue paint, and he and Sukanos got wrapped up there. So we'll have that matching roughing penalties for both teams.
Thought I was going to see a ripple at the back of that net, Pete, but Smith made some nice saves as well. Stringfellow reaches back and now sets up, works out of his own end, engineers the power play with 55 seconds left on a man advantage for Andover as they try to extend a 4-1 lead here with 6:40 to play in this third period. Dahl thinks it back over. Stringfellow now skates to the middle, dropping it off. Oh, look, Cogswell unleashes a shot, hits traffic, deflects. And Dahl is set there to settle the puck near the dot of the face-off circle. A 5-on-4 power play here for Andover. 30 seconds remaining as they're sent back retrieving the puck behind Conway. Skating out Stringfellow to the far side now, continuing down. A hard shot smothered between the pads after that shot taken by Nato. 6:09 to play in this third period. I haven't seen a score yet on the other quarterfinal matchup, but the number 3 seed on that side is Duluth East, and Andover will play the winner of that matchup coming up on the 24th here on Saturday. Still off a couple of shots, rebounds. Pardo sets it up, deflects high in the air. Bringing it back down is Lindgren, and back at full strength. Is back. Sullivan just below the dot of the face-foul circle with a wrister. Pardo tries to twirtle his way around, and finally he reacquaints himself with the puck just on the backside of the red line. 5.5 to play here in the third period. It's going to look here for the Hilltoppers as they need to hit the switch and cut into this deficit, or for the second consecutive year the season will be ended here at Andover on a postseason quarterfinal section loss. Picking it up, loose puck here, wrister, a good look for Pardo. Put it up to the midsection, and the save is secured by Smith again. I mean, those shots on goal have now raced to 44 for Andover, and make that 45, and he's made 41 saves, has Keenan Smith.
And we've got a penalty coming up here against Duluth Marshall. High stick is the call. So, you know, we talked about any potential rush that they're going to have. That time frame just got a wrench thrown into it, killing off a penalty here as we're under 5 minutes to play.
Well, Pete, you mentioned it in the pregame in reference to the goaltending skills of this freshman, Keenan Smith, coming into the goals against of 1.95. He takes one right to the midsection, just above the M on his jersey. Cogswell circles back again. He gets a piece of it, does Smith, that reflects and deflects to the corner. Back behind. Huskies on the puck hunt here on the power play. 1:25 to play. Left on that power play to the far point. Kicking it across Manelli. Wrister here hits traffic in front. I think that got Coe.
I think it caught him in the midsection.
Coe back up and at it. Cogswell tries to feed it to Coe. Disrupted on that pass. An entry in, and coming back the other way is Kyle Black. Kyler Black, 2 goals, 2 assists in their win last weekend over Northridge. A lot of sophomore talent, and then if you couple that with a freshman goalie who is so skilled, and this Marshall Hilltopper squad will be a team to contend with next year. One-timer getting down to the knee on the slap that time by Sullivan. Didn't quite catch all of it. Just to the side, working it around the perimeter again. Stringfellow puts this one on the backside. Scores! Andover up 5-1 on the goal by Babineau. A power play goal with 3:35 left in this third period. Andover again up 5-1 on the goal by Babineau.
Yeah, that one is a long time coming for Luke, as he's had so many chances real close to the net. You're gonna make a comment earlier. I don't think there's been a Husky player that's touched the puck in the blue paint more than Babineau, and he doesn't have a goal to show for it. There he gets one, and a power play goal for Babs, and Huskies are cruising here with 3.5 to play.
And that's how you have to beat Smith. Traffic in front, or a couple of follow-up rebounds as they finally put up the nickel. 5-1 for Andover, their lone goal here in this third period, but this one's lofted on, and almost could have fair caught that one. Conway, he leaves it go to keep that clock rolling. Circling just inside the red line. The Hilltoppers, and a backhand. Pardo tries to work it up near the blue line, and a scrum there gathers just south of the blue line, and Huskies reverse it, send it back in front of the bench, and it's into the Huskies bench there with 2:52 to go here in the third. Just trying to look at some of the scores as well, but who got the assist on the goal by Babineau?
We had first assist given to Anthony Pardo, his 12th on the season, and then the second assist was given to Gavin Sullivan, his second of the night, his 12th on the season. Sully with 3 points here to go along with his goal. So goal and 2 assists, 3 points for Sullivan here tonight. Great effort from him, and it's got to be something that Mark Manny and the coaching staff is really pumped about.
2-on-1 chance. Wrister scores! What a snipe! A laser by Sauer. And Sauer collects his second goal of the night, puts that one top shelf with the peanut butter, and that gives the Huskies a 6-1 lead.
Yeah, just about a minute between those 2 goals, and this one, just like KJ's first goal here, that's a goal scorer's goal. That's a shooter's goal, and I know KJ only had 1 goal coming into it, but him starting to get that shooter's touch, that feel, and being able to blister some of these shots past goaltenders, especially a good goaltender like Keenan Smith, is a big positive for the Huskies as they're trying to make a run here into this section tournament and then on to state.
Shots on goal now has topped 50 here for Andover, and Smith is going to be one tired freshman by the time he leaves this rink tonight. He's played well, but when you're facing that high octane pressure by the Huskies, and you got to love to see the speed, the race to the puck, the tempo, if you're head coach Mark Manny, as they put up a 6-puck here. Boxcars to 1, 6-1 Andover, just under 2 to play. Race here ensues to the puck, and that's Leighton Anderson. Drops it ahead. The headman pass moves underneath the stick of Johnson, and back to retrieve quickly. Coming out this time, that was Smith again. He moves it just above the blue line. Huskies will battle it out there. Lofted off the glass, and Gorowski continues as it has. And Gorowski's got such an engine, a motor. Big shot on, quick follow up there. Good look for Westman. Just couldn't get it by Smith. Huskies get it in. They got the numbers again. Here comes Gorowski. Gorowski would look like he was going to dangle and then distribute another dime. Behind it now. Westman looks out front, surveys. Shot, high slot shot there. Martin off the mark and converging on the puck in the corner, about 4 players. Lofting a backhand is Martin, picking it up. Westman, he tried to catch it over to Gorowski and reward him for his effort tonight. Law loses an edge as he goes back, but able to still hold the zone. That was talent. And then there's Law again, stick working, and finally it's skated out beyond the blue line. And the Hilltoppers carry in, take a shot, get a 2-for-1 after a one off the defender. Got another quick shot that time. Coming in was Musil. And we have 17 seconds left, and it appears right now the Huskies will advance to the semifinals, and they now extend. They have scored 90 goals and surrendered just 14 in their last 13 games. A 13-0 record in section play en route to what they'll try to get as their 5th consecutive section championship. 2 seconds, and this one is in the books. Congratulations, Andover Huskies. A well-played game by the Marshall Hilltoppers with that experience. The sophomores, the freshman goalie, they've got a lot looking forward to them next year.
Yeah, they absolutely do. It's a good, solid team. They've got a little bit of talent. Obviously that they've, they ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw. Andover playing their best game that they've probably played in a couple of weeks. But Marshall's got some things to look forward to. They've got a lot of experience here in the last 2 games with their section play, and they'll be chomping at the bit to come back next year. They've got a lot of good pieces that'll allow them to get back into the section tournament and make some noise next year.
Pete, thanks for joining us. Hey, thanks for the crew and the truck, the Huskies. They bring some buzz, they bring some bang, and they take home a 6-1 win tonight in the quarterfinals of Section 7AA. Pick up their 13th consecutive section win and advance to play on Saturday night. Thanks for joining us. Again, thanks for the team as well. Awesome job. 6-1 win, Andover Huskies over the Hilltoppers. I'm Joe Rulin. For Pete Anderson, have yourself a major league evening at a minor league price.
High School League. No downloading, saving, or archiving of this production is permitted.